Well, hello again and welcome back to my channel. Now, the purpose of this video really is to enter into a discussion with you guys, the consumers, specifically related to Aldi tools, the Ferrex brand, and also the previous incarnation, the Workzone brand. Now, as if you don't already know, or if you follow my channel, you will know that I am a huge fan of these budget tools, specifically from Aldi, because when I started out my one-handed woodworking adventures, Aldi was my port of call, either online or we do have a shop quite locally. What I did like about is the price point. They are cheap to buy. They come with a 3-year warranty. And as a general rule, the quality is good. Specifically, if it's just like, I have 3 categories really. I'd say light domestic use, which is something you might use 2 or 3 times a year. Hobbyist use, which is kind of regular use but not really wearing hard on the tool, and then you've got the trade use. Now, I'd say this range of tools is ideally suited to category 1 and category 2, but I do know there are tradesfolk out there using them for those purposes. My concern really stems from recent articles I've been reading either online. I'm a member of a few Aldi Workzone groups on social media, and also some of the comments I've been receiving directly onto my channel. Now, my very first tool review, when I decided to make the leap and stand in front of the camera, was for this, which is the Ferrex, the Active Energy one, impact driver, which is £20 and still is £20 when they are available. I love this tool. It built this workshop. It built my shed. It had no issues whatsoever driving fixings like these kind of things, and it is done into the thousands of them. If you follow my modular workshop design, you will know exactly what I mean, and you will see this right at the heartbeat of everything. It has never skipped a beat for me. It has worked and performed immaculately. However, if you're not familiar in the UK with how Aldi market and sell their tools, they only sell them periodically, maybe 2 or 3 times a year. So once the impact driver comes up for sale again online or in the shops, my review gets a spike in hits and people wanting to know a little bit about it. Comments from the more recent incarnations of this tool have been less than favourable, and I would just like to give you one example. Just bear with me 1 minute. My Aldi impact driver caught fire yesterday when I was putting decking screws in. I've used it quite a bit and was impressed with it until it failed. Awaiting a returns process as I bought it online. Maybe a one-off. I'd like a replacement, but they currently aren't in stock. And herein lies the problem, folks, that if you do buy these and there is a failure, of course you will get a refund eventually. I believe there's some issues along those lines as well. But then there isn't a replacement, you're back to square one. And inevitably, when a tool fails, it's whilst you are in the middle of something. So what do you do then? You either go to an alternate provider that does budget tools, or you end up spending more money to get the job finished. So does it become a bit of a false economy? Now, this is the kind of discussion I want to get involved in, and certainly the comment section below is an ideal way to do that. And also my social media, I've got my email there if you'd rather speak to me privately. But let's do a little bit of a background, and I will give you some direct experience of the tools that I own and my experiences with them. Obviously, I am so impressed with the impact driver. It's still on its original battery. Aldi probably haven't done themselves any favours though, because they now have a separate range of 18-volt tools. So they do an 18-volt impact driver, and then they do the active energy impact driver, and that becomes really confusing because when you look at their adverts online, not active energy compatible, active energy compatibility, they kind of shot themselves in the foot a little bit really. In my humble opinion, they should have gone all in on the active energy one and just gone with that, because it makes more sense. It's less confusing to the consumer. Now, if you seen my review for this, the belt and disc sander, you will know I wax lyrical about it. I think it is brilliant. I also think probably it was a little bit underpriced when they sold it, because it's a direct comparison to a Shepak model that is over twice the price of it, and it performs brilliantly. I've even managed to get an adapter to hook it up to 100mm a dust extractor hose, which has made a massive difference. And if you follow Carl Pope Woodcraft, you will see that on Carl's channel. If you follow James's Man Cave, you will see that on James's channel, amongst others as well. So yeah, we can't all have got it wrong on that one. It's a brilliant piece of kit. It's reassuringly heavy when you move it and you think, yeah, and it's never skipped a beat. It's been brilliant for me. I started my Tracksaw life with the Workzone Tracksaw, and sort of fine-tuned it a little bit via Peter Millard's 10-minute workshop in his Tracksaw Series, and that's worked really well until I upgraded it. There was an issue because the packaging they'd come in was terrible. This cardboard packaging which had the tracks sticking out, and unfortunately one of my tracks was not square, it was bent. So I got in touch with customer services, and yes, they must be aligned to Shepat, because they said no problem, we will send you replacement tracks, and that arrived. Okay, so yeah, so and they actually sent me 2 as well, so I ended up with 3 tracks, because one of them was fine, and that's worked fine since, to say, until I upgraded it. Great piece of kit, great for someone getting started out in the tracksaw world. My hand Workzone planer, again, I've done a review on this, works great. And I think the general consensus is Workzone stuff seems to be really, reliable in terms of long-term usage, and also in terms of it being a bargain price point. This though, which was a Ferrex jigsaw. Now my Workzone jigsaw, which also flips to a reciprocating saw, is currently on loan to my uncle, and he loves it. I might get it back, but I bought this. I picked this up last year, and this just stopped working. All right, I mean, I will get a refund, but I haven't done it yet, but I will get a refund on it. Literally just pulling the trigger and nothing. Tried different batteries, just not having it at all. And if you look on some of the social media like Facebook, the Aldi Workzone forums, and I'll leave a link in the description, you will see recurring themes of this, like the newer impact driver, just the trigger being pulled and nothing, basically. So it is a little bit of a concern, possibly. Now, are the isolated incidents? They could quite well be, but based on what I'm seeing and what I'm reading and what I'm hearing, I don't think they are. Now, what for the reasons could that be? Potentially, when they initially came through, they might have been too cheap. That £20 impact driver, as I say, has driven thousands of fixings for me, never skipped a beat. 20 quid. I appreciate you've got to buy the battery and the charger and stuff, but that same battery also powers my lawn, the strimmer thing, the hedge strimmer thing. So, that's a great format to be in. Is it things like availability from the Chinese market now because of COVID? Or the answers to these I don't have, hence me doing this video to see if you have any explanations or to share some of your experiences. Am I just been in a situation where I've been unlucky with 1 or 2, and the things that I'm seeing online are isolated incidents? Or is there a bigger picture to this, and we're going, actually, has the bubble burst on Aldi budget tools, and should you be looking elsewhere? Be really interesting to see what you have to say about this, folks, in the comments section. Or if you'd rather not post it publicly, then I've got my email address below, or there's also the social media, the Instagram and the Facebook, and let's get engaged in this conversation. Because the reality is this: you think my YouTube channel, in the bigger picture of things on YouTube, is absolutely tiny. It is. It's tiny. 6,000 subscribers, what I've gone to now. Thank you very much, by the way, everyone. But that is, it's a speck in the world of YouTube. Do manufacturers watch these kind of videos, though? Well, yes, they do. All right. And I have first-hand experience. I've been fortunate to speak to manufacturers directly. I've also really been in the privileged position to visit one of the manufacturers' UK headquarters this year. So yeah, they do watch these kind of channels, because I think this is data for them, it's potential marketing for them, it's free advertising for them, let's look at it that way. And I know this for Aldi will only be a very small part of their operation. If I worked in marketing, I'd probably say This is more likely just to get you into their stores or get you onto their website, so you will buy other stuff where they make a higher profit margin. That's only my humble opinion. I could be totally wrong. However, it is still a part of their operation and they need to pay attention to it. And if there is an issue in regards to their reliability or regards to their performance, then yes, it needs addressing, and maybe we can start that discussion here. Okay, folks, a bit of a monologue there, but thanks for sticking with me if you stuck with me to the end. As ever, take care, look after yourselves, and I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.